An insane map number 1 for PaperX to pull out. I'm joined by Coach Alex after the win. Coach, I wanted to ask you, your team doesn't have one set IGL. In these super close, nail-biting games that come down to overtime, do you think having that flexibility helps your team?
What's up, chat?
I think it depends. In today's case, I think someone else stepped up. Like Davai was calling the last few rounds, and I thought he did a really good job. In this kind of moments, sometimes, you know, when everyone shares ideas, I think it's very helpful.
Okay, well, best of luck in map number 2. Thank you very much, and we'll send things back to the desk.
Who's winning?
What a fantastic start there for PaperX. Who need IGLs when you've got W Gaming? Am I right, Sean?
No. You need something. That's all you need. It's
You're so pumped after that Lotus game? Me too. I think Split could go either way.
He was unstoppable.
Basics 01, thank you so much for the Discord tier 3. Welcome to the Cringe Lords. I think Split could go either way, but I don't know. I don't see PRX losing on Pearl.
You do need a voice like that when things get really hairy.
Yeah, or you could do this, because if we take a look at the Verizon high-speed moment, in fact, I feel like PaperX as a team, Doug is just the high-speed team, and this was crazy how many rounds they won like this.
Low-key, they very well, I mean, it might just become branded the PaperX high-speed moment, because
1 HP.
They're consistent in that, him having 1 HP, there's something had so
Dude,
many
that
TL
clutch was
moments like this.
insane.
Dude, we were watching.
You realize if something doesn't win that 1v4, the game's over?
I'm so happy.
Like, the dude won a 1v4, and it went to
just kept,
OT.
like, running into these ones, we're like, all right, use that as the high-speed clip. All right,
Just
that
use
as
all
the
of them.
Just compile them all together. Everything we've got, just put them all in.
Davai getting that with the Spectre when it was 9-11. Remember, they were still down. They were pushing for OT at that point. Davai's calling and his individual.
About Loud has the edge on Split? Really?
We can talk about something, and the stats look really good. But
I don't think so. I mean, it's PaperX map pick.
Well, my question for you guys
So,
is that, I mean,
at the very least, PaperX thinks they have the edge.
Stuff like that.
And
Sean, do they
I would have
away
to
with keep
agree
doing
with.
that for the rest of the series?
That's where I'm scared right now.
You realize
This map
PaperX
was
has
super important
probably
for
the
Loud to
greatest
take.
Raze
Lotus is a
player
three-sided
of all
map, and
time
they could have dictated
at
the
this
pace, and
point
they had
on
such
their
a big
team.
lead at some point in that
And
game,
Split
right?
is the map where Raze is
pace
the
of
most
PRX and the way
important.
they retook those sites, the mechanical
I'm
skill
not sure
coming
Loud
in,
has an
individual
edge.
plays, Loud couldn't handle them. And when I look ahead into this series now, going into Split, going into Pearl, these are maps where actually PRX can thrive at an even more successful rate than what we just saw in Lotus.
Subbing just to play chess.
What is some things,
The
warm-up
NA
routine?
players
Let's take a
frustrating you?
look in the aim lab shoot around. I don't even think this guy needs a warm-up routine at this point.
I'm just a Loud
but
fan, let me
Sean, you know,
cope.
he was just being
No.
the something that we knew and loved from the Pacifics leagues.
I'm a
he can
PRX
do it
fan.
all, right? I got the stats on it. He got 5 shotgun kills that game. It felt like he had about 10. His AWP was popping off. His rifles were entering sites as well. I was so impressed with just his on-the-fly jet decision-making, right? Pulling the judge out, pulling the shorty out, dash updrafting in someone's face.
I'm not. Do they play double duelists on Split and Flash?
I mean, you were the one who said it on the desk as we were watching, and it was so funny and I think so on point. He's what every jet in ranked wants.
You know, I could actually see them picking. I could see them picking their Reyna Sky, Raze, Viper Harbor comp on Split.
Start thinking about the rest of this series, Sean. I think you're right. I would be really concerned if I was in Loud's camp right now because
Sasquatch 31.9. Thank you very much for the Prime subscription.
Speaking of Loud, let's see what their coach Fraud had to say ahead of map 2.
Fraud, a tough loss in map number 1 for Loud. Your team has never played against PaperX before. They came out with this new double controller, double duelist composition on Lotus.
You're a Loud fan, I'm a PRX fan, you cope. I'm just right, we are not the same.
We're kind of aware of how they play.
Nah.
I think it was just a little bit chaotic in the post-plan situations, something that we have to just calm down our communication, be more patient, be more disciplined, and hopefully we'll turn it around for the next map.
All right, well, hopefully that comes through. Thank you very much, Fraud, and best of luck in map number 2.
What was the
Back to you,
pregame
Aiden.
message you allowed Annika to type?
I mean, they have to turn it around next map on Split if they want a chance
What
here
was
to
it?
make it straight to the
No,
upper
it was like
bracket final. He
his
said
God
that the
fault or
play
whatever.
style didn't really catch him off
Oh,
guard.
Carl.
And I have an interesting
What was
stat
the
to throw
phrase?
back into because remember we said that PaperX, they are the fastest team when it comes to attacks like Plant, averaging a 47
We've
seconds.
been
But
put
on
in a
that
situation
map,
where
they
we're
actually
forced to be
averaged
enemies.
55 seconds. They were 8 seconds slower.
And
than
even
what
no
they
one's
usually are.
fault.
one of that
But
into
God,
their attack,
let's try to
I
get
break it
through
down,
this
was
respectfully.
40
I like
seconds
that.
per round. Like they were just
That's a good-
sending it on their
Good
attack
pre-round.
route. And then on the other half, when they switch and Loud got to set the pace, Loud bumped that up to 56 seconds. So that just shows what you could do on Lotus. I don't think you can really do that on Split, though.
I do very quickly want to go back to this, though, because I think PaperX showed both sides, right? You think about the overtime round where they just contacted into A. That's just not something you expect from PaperX, is for it to be as quiet and as slow as it was like that. So especially on a map like Split, I think, again, I'm a little bit concerned for Loud. There are certain instances where individual 1v1s didn't go their way that ended up being massive difference makers at the end of the day. So I don't know if you want to
they're close to running the comp, but they are keeping the Jet or something.
Well, here is
And they're running the Astra.
Agent select. Mindfree back on the Astra. They're Forsaken on the Sky. What do you guys make of these comps?
This is the comp we expect out of PaperX. They have the default double duelist comp.
Loud is playing single duelist.
Really, really cool things with. They'll Viper pit mid and pre-grab all the bottom so no one
Huge, what do you think about making the NA and not NA boxes a bit smaller and only sending the chest moves to them? Then how would I have read that message?
Normally you see a Viper,
which I'm reading off of the overlay right now.
Rarely do you see a single.
No, because also chat is not visible to non-tier 3 subs right now.
I don't know how
And so they would be unable to see stream chat as well. Normal messages have to show up.
Really fast.
There's just nothing that you have to threaten that pressure.
Yes.
You're absolutely right.
But with that said, having the breach, they can instantly
All right,
take
I'm not gonna lie,
control.
chat.
They could go a fast ramp control with the
That
breach.
one's
They
gonna
could do
take too
something
long.
fast towards mid with the fault line as well. They can do fast plays up mail and then cut noise.
Well, can Loud bounce back and
No
bring
clear
this
winner.
to a map 3? Let's find out and send it back to your casters. It's Bren and Sideshow.
I certainly hope so. We end up seeing this one go all the way the distance in terms of the series, but yeah, Split's going to be an interesting one.
Remind me, chat. I gotta walk the
Sean
dogs
was
after this
touching on
one.
it about it's relatively unconventional when you look at most Split comps as well. Running a Killjoy, you know, just touching on the fact that your attack side default as well, you can't really.
Should have chat just play the 3-check variant.
You are playing
We're actually just gonna have chat play Connect 4 soon enough between games. Connect 4 is way faster. And chess can be like a between series thing.
PaperX took the book, tore out a bunch of the pages, scribbled their own notes all over it, and decided to play it at 5 times the speed.
Yeah.
PaperX is so fun to watch on this, and I'm sure they'll have some aggressive defense ideas.
It suits them nicely. Well, let's jump into it here. Map number 2.
Tell Duda Ethan remind you, or better yet, have Duda Ethan walk the dogs. I'm not gonna have him walk my
It
dogs.
looks like there's a setup here to try and fight over garage control.
Messed up.
Fault line off the rip. Over
Who's on attack? Loud.
Sadak.
Waiting for signs of life.
Both teams, actually.
Forsaken took fall damage at the beginning. This round, that's just distracted me. Okay.
Classic.
Yeah.
PRX kind of has the read.
Can't heal himself.
No, we cannot.
Both teams are holding counter
Wait,
utility.
they brought us in late.
Finally,
Forsaken's.
throws the
Wait,
flash
no.
just for
Forsaken took
information.
fall damage. Forsaken has full armor.
Trailblazer.
So he took fall damage pre-round.
No player spotted. At least not in ropes.
That's not good.
Loud are keen and eager to try and take that space. Oh no.
The
Triple
pullback
star. 2 years.
Terrible
Not
timing.
realized this. Yep, there's a flash right in his face. Enough to dodge it.
Wow.
Decent
Forsaken
attempt.
almost got punished for that fall damage.
Almost made all the difference there,
There's the
actually.
reaction. Okay, maybe not actually. Loud looking like they wanted to just absolutely beeline it into the B site. Less here with the sheriff.
This
And
guy's
that
so
is
good.
Beautiful.
This guy's so. The fuck off! Why?
The form from Les has been unreal. He just deletes everybody.
I'm never rooting for Loud again.
PaperX go for another exploration, even
He just
deeper on
giga
that side of
spammed the
map.
bodies after getting a 3K. Like,
Les was tearing
stop.
half an addict in
Not
that
cool.
match. And he's
He went
been
from
one
being
of the most
cool to
talented
being
players
cringe.
in many of the
The
tournaments
wrong
he's
type
turned
of
up to.
cringe.
I mean,
You can't say Les is good anymore? Yeah, you can. He's good. Les is definitely great at the game. That's subjective.
Another round was salvaged. Yeah.
Well, Magic coming out.
But
from
he
the
doesn't have
back
any
camp,
class.
Similar to what we saw from PaperX on map 1. Same counter utility being thrown here. Sadak always ready with this fault line at the start in garage in case PaperX try and do anything
This
aggressive.
nade and a flash all combined together.
Wow,
It is
what a nade.
blunder in the corner.
Yeah, PaperX are not going to be able to do that.
Yeah, I mean, PaperX is going for something crazy. It's their eco. That can happen.
Weak, but they're going to learn very quickly there that you do not want to be running into that stun nades, stun pull combo.
Exactly, Carl. Like, if you do it against EG, fair play. EG's full of trash talk. You're doing it against Paper Rex, who's nothing but wholesome dudes? What a shot.
I was thinking, you know, Loud, they did expend a ton of util there, just methodically trying to pick apart the B side, looking for picks, and Paper Rex, you know they're going to be moving onto this angle.
I mean, the re-exploration is so fast, and the read is so good from Mindfreak and Divine, knowing that they wouldn't be still in Garage after losing that player. They found the timing, but they still need something to hit another ridiculous one.
Inside the smoke! Oh, well, stray body shot. Not enough for the kill, though. Let's drop down.
Right there.
24 health.
30 seconds left.
Tuiz is very diligent, watching the flank here.
Man,
Picking out
Tuiz has
exactly
the
where Divine would
read.
end up
Oh,
being.
but he's
Oh,
asleep!
He's just got his eyes
That's the
off
read, but he's not
prize.
ready.
New map moment here. Grouped up now by Loud. They're actually sticking this together. 3 of their players. Heal in order. Make sure you bring Les all the way back up. Do not let this one get messy.
Pulled out the Judge Shorty. There's no excuse for spraying bodies, in my opinion.
It's good positioning from them.
Like, starting it. And if you're like, oh, because they bought guns I don't like, nah, dude. Get out of here.
Marshall, even worse. With Divine not having any armor and being softened up from previous, that is a one-shot. And there go the Brazilian fans. I think they're right. I don't think there's any chance here for Mindfreak. He is indeed gonna die.
Nubu was also just saying, one of the PRX members was like on Twitter saying, if not Twitter, oh, the trailer before the game started, they were saying like, if we lose, please don't trash talk us. Like,
it does lack, as the desk was saying,
like,
in terms
dude,
of taking that
they're so
slow,
innocent.
cautious, and hidden
There's no
ARAM
reason to bring that shit into
control that you get
the
from
game.
all of the smokers
They're
or
so
from
wholesome.
Cypher. But what it does excellently is combine utility together to get aggressive up onto a Paper X player.
They want nothing to do with
Side,
it.
They're gonna try something.
That was DRX.
I mean, who
Same
needs to take
shit
slow
then.
RAM control
Same
if you
shit
just take
then.
it right at the
It's
beginning
still
of
the
round?
same idea. The point is these players don't like it,
Instantly.
and then other teams still do it anyways to get the mental advantage or some shit. It's dumb. And if you defend it in chat, I will just ban you. I'm not
Trying to
interested.
play it slowly. As soon as that smoke came down from Tuiz, the pull answered immediately from Mindfreak on the other side.
Just making sure that nobody could cross, but they've gained that space anyway. It's a bad flash.
They still have the information that Loud have crossed.
Divide.
Potential duels all over the place here. Sadak flashes in mid. Something may get greedy on this.
Oh, you know he's going to swing it.
He wanted it.
The dash to get back, though.
DRX is on anti-bonus right now.
Information that Kamasi
Ooh.
takes off Jinx
But they
head.
just
Only
lost one.
Divide left here alone. Sorry, Forsaken.
Forsaken. To the corner here, spotted out. Still Divide into the ropes. Oh, nobody meeting him. Loud. Feeling like
Their defenders in tier 3 chat, hit them with the fat timeouts. I want them gone, or I want them changed.
Also starting to reclear and hold on to A Heaven themselves.
I don't want you in my games. I don't want you on my team. I don't want you in my server.
Teams when they were on their attack sides of Lotus. This is a very slow
Because I don't like you.
We've got 30 seconds.
I'm emotionally fragile, and if you are toxic,
Got a pull though.
I get sad.
He chooses to use this
And
one.
life is
Start
only so
cut up
so short.
close. 20 seconds remaining. Forsaken. Chance. Might get cheeky with it. Waiting for it. A bit of a tap on the plant. Pinging. To the back corner of the side. Anything to dissuade it? No, not quite.
Sadak now becomes a lurker on Breach, which is an unusual position for him to be playing. But Loud's post plant looks
Damn, this is
fairly
tough. Loud, get
solid.
the bomb down.
Sadak will now realize he has an excellent timing, having heard the drop.
Yeah, he hears the ropes. Yuto's being broken by something. Doesn't work himself into the angle. But look at it again. Discipline being showcased by Loud.
You trash talk me every day. Hey, you trash talk me first, Pen Flash. I was crying in the club in Ascendant, learning a new role, and you would make fun of me nonstop.
It's a good job there to claim the 2, but he's going to try and isolate way too many fights.
Damn, Loud gets thrifty. I guess it's not a thrifty, it's a bonus round though. It's 3-0.
Control pretty heavily. This is one of the major strengths that they had when they were playing against Fnatic the other day.
But in a very different way to the avenue in which I was expecting it to go, Brent. I thought we'd see something explosive, some fast RAM control, utilizing that double initiator setups and the blast packs from Aspas, and instead it was slow, and it was baiting Paper X into going for those info peaks. They didn't get good information off Forsaken's flashes, and instead they had to body check, and Loud punished them for it.
Weaponry for Paper X, making sure that they deal
And
with
Louder
the
attacking with
bomb
one
to get
duelist
broken.
too.
Something sneaks forward off the back of it, trying to step in front of the
So far
utility.
forwards, actually. Boombot, no way. Sound cues are made. Yeah. Either spotted or heard.
That's tough.
But they know in the back of their minds. Easy kill to collect.
And look at this pace. Loud, so slow and diligent, clearing out all of these positions.
Exactly, Venditot. And I think when, like, it's who's trash talking his mod, I think that's very clear.
This is actually how Lotus began.
That's a friendly environment. When it's two pros trash talking each other, it's really hard from an outside perspective to know if they're friends and it's banter, or if they actually hate each other's guts. It's really hard to tell.
Not enough to really do much. Takes a ton of damage in the process. Just trying to leave it.
Yeah, Loud is cooking.
Drop down. Seiken and Jing. Surely they hear that. Nade rebounding. Shots fired. Damage done and a kill collected. But Loud are in control. Firmly.
Loud is cooking. They're up 4-0. Whose map is this? You can see in the top left. PRX logo. It's a PRX map pick. That doesn't mean as much as you think. I don't think there's significant correlation with map pick and win rate.
The reclears through Garage. The way in which they want to face a main aggressively on defense. There are a lot of places around the map where PaperX are trying to force fights instead of allowing it to come to them. And Loud are reading into that and punishing them for it.
There has to be a small correlation, though, surely. I don't think so. Most teams, first of all, can play pretty much every map. They ban the ones that they're bad on. And additionally, it's usually the better team that wins the series, not the team that's better on the map. Like, a lot of the time, you see 2-0s. We've seen more 2-0s this tournament than we've seen 2-1s.
This gives you some kind of idea that Coach Alex wants to make an adjustment in terms of how they're playing the defense. And I think they will end up being a little more passive once something gets his operator on.
Unless the team is famous for a map like Fracture? What do you mean? Loud beat Fnatic on Lotus.
I wouldn't be surprised if Loud do just decide to increase the tempo. It's been slow going at the beginning of most of these rounds. Now, a perfect way to condition and lull your opponent.
If you're a team owner, would you kick a player from the team for being toxic?
Sit back a little deeper into the site. Maybe Loud are going to
If I was a team owner, it would be strictly part of the like team's mantra. Yeah.
Really early on.
So if you deviated from that, we'd have a talk.
It is possible for something to have this op. But there are many different lanes around.
But I'm also never going to be a team owner. Not interested.
Doing this against Aspas himself as well. Guy, some masterclass performance often. He's been playing the Jet in the past on this map. And
wow.
Deal with it. The damage was
he no-scoped and hit a leg there while stunned with an op.
Ridiculous, though.
That's pretty lucky.
Is in such an unusual spot there, and the stun comes through immediately into his swings. I mean, that is not them trying to hold counter utility and waiting for some kind of cue. That is them immediately trying to punish on both sides of the map. Trailblazer on one side, stun on the other. Let's see if we can catch something with his operator immediately trying to pick on one of the extremities. It works a treat.
They played that so well.
Alex is going to have his head in his hands here because they've just come out of a timeout, one of the most useful pieces of tools he has to be able to.
Got Louder so patient on attack.
Mind freak going for a re-exploration.
So risky. You're up against the double initiator lockdown in your face. Do you really try and take a peek?
They were showing the stat before the games of all the teams in the top 10 at this tournament. Loud is the slowest attacking team. They spend the most time planting the bomb.
Free plan offered. Jing. This was a full investment with the rifles here. PaperX to do what they hate the most, really. Saving, backing away from a fight.
Divine, Jing, and Spawn need these guns.
Yeah, they gotta hold them.
And while that's a good kill, it does give away their positioning.
This is Loud now gonna be with 5 rounds, no matter what.
I'd like to see Sadak send it here. Maybe even Aspas as well. I mean, maybe they just don't think the Divine Jing are gonna still be holding in this.
The round's not even over. We're getting a replay.
Take a look at the replay as well.
I get there saving.
It's ridiculous. But something's positioned on top of the box too.
That's insane.
What a situation to open up the round. Loud are playing the punish game perfectly here.
Man.
And the desk got a
PRX are down 0-5 on split. PRX are defending. Loud is attacking. And regardless of which side has an advantage right now with these comps, 5-0 is more than justified. It's unjustified lead. Loud is outplaying them for sure.
Certainly hidden now.
Oh yeah. An immense lead. And you were pointing out earlier, you wanted to see the Loud players hunting out a couple of these kills. They are very close to some of these critical ultimates.
Something's going to try and play for the orb here off the back of the Trailblazer, it looks like.
5 is all Loud gets. Wouldn't be the first time this tournament we've seen a team go up 4 or 5 rounds and then just lose out on attack. Would not be the first time this tournament.
On the other side of the map, though.
Wouldn't even be the second time.
They have a rolling thunder to get into B.
I don't believe either team has called a timeout yet.
On B main control, because that's where their composition thrives. It doesn't thrive over towards A ramp, as the desk was discussing.
In a corner, surely you get cleared out here. Nade.
They're not even going for the breach shot.
Back here, yeah, not going for it. That's a really lovely timing on the pull. And it's Paper Rex that collapses.
What a hold!
Everybody falling, 2 years included.
PRX had the right read. 1 to 5.
On the board here for Paper
Oh yeah, sorry. PRX called 1 timeout.
Necessary answer back.
Couldn't really tell you why Loud don't go for the ultimates in that kind of situation. You know, they're one away from being able to get the breach shot online, the Cosmic Divide as well. Those could have been enormous tools for
That hell angle, playing contact for a dude back on B is really good, by the way.
Maybe trying to bank on the fact that their timing was a little more obfuscated, but
it's because you can't clear it.
Failing to convert that ult advantage, and now
it's just way too awkward to look there in most scenarios.
This fight happening over A main early on, something was trying to get aggressive in this spot before.
Yep.
Spotted out. And here's the breach shot finally. Collection onto the 2 players.
Ooh, Loud just got explosive out of nowhere.
The utility is magnificent.
Nuda Buddha says Astra looks fun because she sees Astra hiding in a corner.
Just the 1 kill here, but shut down. Cosmic Divide used. Drop down, close to the corner. It's an underhand nade. Aspas has heard them. Forcing them back and away. Showstopper still close to the corner. Vulnerable's there.
Yeah, because you don't have to shoot him.
Into the side, though. Something over the transfer. Just for the 1. Mindfreak.
Look at him. He's trying to shoot him.
In bounds. Sadak also there to reply. Divine out.
If Divide gets the kill, his pit could make this a winnable round.
It's a 1v2.
Less spiraling.
Yeah. Just holding close to the corner. And no angles.
It's impossible. Divide gets timing done.
Spotting him out.
Yep,
Divide.
6 to 1.
So much to play for there, but an impossibility.
So
Is it even in chat? She's catching strays. She's on my couch. Right next to me. She's right behind me.
Cosmic Divide as well, just creating a little pocket.
She's not catching strays. I'm throwing them right at her.
He didn't quite think to check behind himself and watch for something, but Paper Rex were baited into going for plays there where Loud were so ready to collapse. The punish has just been excellent from Loud, almost impeccable. Almost perfection.
Ethan's also on the couch behind me.
He's going to try and take a pick over towards A ramp. It is difficult for them to smoke this off.
Nuda Buddha wants me to flame one of you. That's kind of messed up, Nuda Buddha.
From 2Es.
Want me to flame pen flash?
Crossed up. Forsaken. When the smoke fades.
Okay, I'm about to make a Nuda Buddha sanctioned joke at pen flash's expense.
Here's the jiggle. Here's the jump spot. Forsaken so lucky.
You guys see that Sky who just took a ton of damage for free and then burned a flash? And you see that Sky who just died for free? Those guys are both pen flash. That is Nuda Buddha's joke.
Trying to punish something there for beeping the movement, couldn't quite manage it.
She said the moment, basically when Sky does something bad, you say that's pen flash.
Early on, a 6-1 down, but upper player in this round with a pit in mid, controlling most
Kind
of
of
the map.
messed up, Nuda Buddha.
The weakness currently looks like B, where Mindfreak is holding.
I actually thought of a really funny joke the other day, chat.
Just to give him a little bit of peace of mind.
You guys want to hear it?
Getting caught ever so slightly.
But it still tells you that Loud are playing spread with 30 seconds.
It does, yeah. It does, definitely.
It's going to be so tough
Yeah,
for Loud
yeah.
to get
Okay,
into a
the joke
position.
starts with pen flash ranking up to immortal.
Just done enough there, I think. Immediately going to get rotation from Forsaken. Pushing forwards, Divide out of the pit. And yeah, none the wiser from Les. Just trying to regroup with the rest of his team, but it's given him exactly the information he needs. Mindfreak caught into the corner. This pull down. Satchels about.
Dude, how is Loud turn?
Satchels out, but it's all out.
PRX had 5, no?
It's up to the final few seconds. Gonna try and stick this
Oh
one
my
close.
god, he can deny it. What a play by Forsaken. What a save.
Oh my.
5 HP
2
off
to
the
6.
initial jump spot. Took 3 Vandal body shots, down to 5 health with his light armor, and that ends up making a lot of the difference.
2 to 6. In case it's not clear, Loud is the one with 6 on attack split.
Was avoided.
Is that some kind of curse if it's the other way around, is it?
Well, not quite a curse, mate, but I won't go there.
I mean, it wasn't
I won't go there.
It wasn't them
Who
that were
can
on
I
that.
add your playbooks as part of my playbook? I don't
Something might
own
be
a
operating towards mid. They had the pit there previously, trying to deny Loud
I
that space.
do not
Does
like
seem a good
copyright my
idea.
playbooks, Carl.
Forced
I
it into
cannot
the
stop
burst
you.
execs. Oh, it's something. Going for a risky peek through the smoke. That is now going to tell Loud.
I think the only time you need to ask permission like that is if you're another large creator and you're thinking of using my playbooks for your own personal gain,
All the way through.
then it would probably be
Trustfully spotting it. Do they want
correct
commit
to ask
further?
for permission.
I like it.
But PaperX are
But you're just
both
Carl.
sides of the map at once, and I think that's a little
course you can use my
dangerous here.
playbook.
Something knows there's nobody over towards A,
They've lost
which
mid
means
control.
there should be people on B.
Yeah. So you can't really play into that main angle anymore. There's no safety there. Mindfreak is inside of his own smoke. In a tremendous world of hurt, unless he can get the bailout from the rest of his team now. Starting to flood back into this one. 50 seconds here. Satchel across and over. Aspas just faking with the movement. As a shorty.
How is this something guy is insane.
The rifle fire.
Like, who takes one shorty shot like that and then updrafts into a smoke and it gets your team minimap info? This last guy's more insane. Oh my god, what a clutch.
Les is just a monster. He's taken Loud to an absolutely next level.
So something is updrafting there, Penflash, and ending in the smoke. And if you watch it back, his teammates immediately get minimap refrags on the players in the smoke. Like, immediately. They know exactly where to shoot.
He's been the MVP for the
And there's nothing
previous
else he could have
tournaments
done
too.
there.
Looked like the
Because he
best
got caught
player
out with his
whenever he
shorty.
has.
It's just so
Moments
heads
like
up to
this.
play for that info for your team.
But at this point, honestly, the
Like, you really have to... You have to be used to playing with absurdly good teammates to go for that
At
play.
the beginning against the RX, they look to have been completely banished. The form is right back there with the best times that we've seen Loud. Something's desperate to try and make anything happen over towards Garage.
Loud is playing so slow. Look at the minimap. They're out here just waiting. They're like, okay,
All of
PRX.
this information towards A, and they did in the prior round too.
We're just
They
gonna
can't
wait.
convert it into good
And
position to be able to
PRX
stop
just
the
burns
Saiyans.
5 abilities.
Les fires a shot off, so...
I can't believe you would want to contest less.
It's absurd. 14 and 3, it's still... Set the sights into mid, they spot out something. Okay, clear it out, just in case they push through into sewers. Lovely diligence there with a flash. But surely that should be a bit of recognition now from PaperX.
The
Ooh.
ultimates are awesome here from Loud.
PaperX is the right read. The kill journal's huge, though.
If Jing grabs a kill, the showstopper would be a massive tool and something.
Something's fine.
He's looking to
He's
try
fine,
and
this man.
contest.
There's
He
2
doesn't have
seconds
time.
remaining. There's 2 seconds remaining.
He's so
Standing his
good.
ground. Can't get it off really there with the updraft. Okay.
I'm not sure if that's worth.
Down eventually, and they're just
Probably not.
flooding back into the fight. Loud. I've got it all under less again. That is
2 to 8.
ridiculous.
Loud is online.
We see those kind of plays frequently at this point. People trying to get in front of the lockdown.
I mean, just look at the scoreboard. This is a less diff. Everyone on Loud has like a pretty normal KDA, for those just listening. And then Les is 17 and 3.
Well, the rest of PaperX are coming in
He's
there trying to
blasting
use the
off.
distraction of something, and everybody on Loud is just waiting for it, holding those avenues towards heaven and spawn.
I was telling Ethan and Unabuda before the series
Absolute destruction
that
we
Les
are
is sort
witnessing
of
here on Split.
like a step above everybody else on Loud in terms of individual like frag. It's showing right now. Like, dude, just click.
Home at all. Jing loves to make this play. We've seen PaperX do it so often. That is a hard read from Loud.
Instantaneous reaction.
Bro.
Right up through, taking A heaven control. Starting to swarm the positioning now. A Mindfreak nade at the feet. Got to respect it and back away, but there's so much damage being done here.
Man, PRX is on eco.
Given away. Flipped over to the side here. Satchels placed across their
Great
placement.
Satchels.
There's no clean fight for something. Divide locked into the corner, and he will not be able to anchor.
PRX is
It's curtains for PaperX.
not winning this one, but they're gonna go for it, I think, because
On Lotus,
they have to
Loud
buy
felt like they were
next.
in control of the first half, but
I don't
PaperX was
see
still
why you
finding
would
their moments.
save.
The Thrifties, they won the pistol round. They were
So they're gonna
getting
double up
into it,
and just go
they
for
bought
damage.
enough
I think
time
they're gonna try to get exits,
from
maybe? I don't know.
massive 1v4 from something to take him from -4 to +11 and get that star player back into the game. I feel like here we're in a similar kind of situation where Loud are
Oh
in
man, if they give
control
Aspas an
strategically.
orb though,
Their coordination
and now
is all
Aspas is
excellent
guaranteed
too.
an orb,
And yet PaperX are not finding the magic.
Yeah, Jing doesn't want to.
They're not getting those big moments.
Aspaz
They're
might.
Loud are punishing
I
them.
think Aspaz should have died to that nade.
An absolutely
He gets the kill. It's all good.
PaperX's double duelists. Don't count them out on the attack side, but you still need to generate some rounds here on defense.
Yeah.
You got to have something
You're going to get something going.
in both senses.
Exactly. Set that one up for you, didn't I?
We're going to need to all huff a major dosage of copium to believe in PRX, chat.
Now the wealth is unbelievable from Loud here.
I mean, wasn't it just yesterday we saw a 10-2 get turned around?
To begin with a rifle, I assume, on the floor as well.
The 10-2 curse is coming
Kind
up.
of aggression. And PaperX is sitting back just a tad.
Double up draft committed with Blade Storm.
They have not been spotting anybody over towards A in almost all of these rounds, except when Jing had his showstopper.
I mean, Les is playing so passively in that angle almost all the time.
Yeah, and yet PaperX is still trying to force the fights in that area of the map repeatedly.
Gamble not paying off, not working. A lot of util. Into ropes there with a nade and the flashes just to try and push back and take control of mid, but it does pull players away.
The flash does connect onto Les.
PaperX really need this round.
Position here. He's got a flash
God, Loud is so
closer to the
patient.
corner. The Trailblazer should be good as
Ooh,
well.
Forsaken's going to spot them,
Only sees Les.
and he's kind
Great
of
work
really
from the rest of
lonely on
Loud
A.
hiding, making it feel like it could still be a default. Baiting Forsaken forwards.
Oh my god, he's sneaky. No, the flash is bad! Oh!
To receive. Here it is. Moving all the way forwards now to Showstopper. Earned up, Aspaz.
No, he thought it was like a lurker pushing up A to take orb, so he flashes to take the fight.
Damage done, though,
But it's the entire team.
Desperate for a chance now to try and get that third round on the board. It's really their only goal and chance and opportunity. Les is missing off to the side there with his back towards it, and they're just being picked apart, man. I mean, PaperX, they don't know which way to look. One way to the spawn, one way this way.
Oh, Loud has this one in the bag.
This guy's having a field day. Another three-piece in a round to set it all up for a
I don't know how to kill that Les guy. I always die to him. 2 to 10.
Star of the show.
Incredible attack from Loud. What do you do? He's 21 and 4.
I love the utility coming out from Sadak and Tui's in combination. But the player
It's good to know that I'm not the only one who goes like 20%, 80% against Les though. Because that's what it looks like when I face him in solo queue.
It's just too easy for this guy.
It really is, man. 10-2 at the half. PaperX the pull up. Absolutely impossible margins in terms of getting back into this one. Well, we heard from Aspaz.
Les is the perfect example of somebody who's allowed to pick Killjoy. He's not afraid of fights, hunts them out actively on lurk, aggressively trades his teammates.
E agora a gente conseguiu acertar as contas, agora tá 1 a 1. Sim,
Example of good Killjoy player.
Pra ter essa revanche contra eles. Não, eu achava que seria um 2 a 1 bem apertado, acabou que foi um 2 a 0 com o primeiro mapa muito apertado e o segundo mapa foi um placar um pouquinho mais elástico, não foi do jeito que eu esperava. Acho que sim, a gente agora é basicamente os dois times rivais do campeonato.
Meanwhile, we get a Killjoy VOD on Hoot stream. Yeah, even the Killjoy's players in this server